Oh, there he is. Went and got it. Sight fish that one, big one. I mean, a nice one. Welcome back to NC Bassing. Today, I'm on Lake Norman. I planned on doing a Tuesday tournament this morning, but it was storming. Like, I looked at the radar this morning, and some heavy rains were coming right for Lake Norman. So I went ahead and passed. They might have canceled it anyways. And I really just want to get down here and fish the lower end again. I mean, I had a good week here last week, and then went up north and above the 150 bridge and couldn't even get a bite. It's rained all morning. The waters came up like 0.09 foot since yesterday, but I mean, the water was really low. It's almost up to 96 foot now. Big cold front come through. I haven't checked the water temperature yet, but I'm sure it's near at least 60 down here. Had about 11 pounds for a best 5 last week down here, which isn't huge, but I kind of come down here to catch numbers. I'd probably be happy if I caught like 20 fish and none of them really big, but that wouldn't mess up my game plan for the big bass. But if I catch some big ones down here, I might change my mind. This cold front might have shut the fishing down, especially the fish are about to spawn. Hopefully they'll bite. Let's see how it goes. There we go. Oh, now he's tiny. That's what you usually catch at the hot hole. I just seen a giant back over on that point eat my fluke and spit it out at the same time. If I wouldn't have seen him bite, I might have hooked him. Rushed it. I don't know. I probably wouldn't even felt him bite. There's one tiny guy. There we go. Maybe a better one. He ate it off the top. And when the water temperature is 73, you can do that. Missed the 2 good ones, and I'll catch a little. Oh, he's trying to take it out of his mouth. Oh, he got off. Man, he was like a 13-incher. There's like a 15-incher, probably trying to a 1-pounder, trying to take it out of his mouth, and I lost him. Try to double up with a jerkbait. There we go. Finally. Nice one, actually. On that methylate trick worm. Everybody's trying to be like Mark Daniels. I've never even thrown it till now. This guy's fighting. After missing the 2 good ones on a fluke, I was like, I need to throw the trick worm. He was on the bank. Finally, a decent one. Missed the 2 good ones at the hot hole. Nobody's there. I probably could catch some fish there. I just can't stand sitting in the same spot all day. He's not quite 2 pounds, but I'm sure he's pulling up the spawn. 2 pounds on the dot. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Has he got it? He's got it. Yep, that was cool. He's following it, following it. Awesome. It's cool to watch them eat this thing. These fish are fighting hard. For largemouth, there's my worm. Oh man. Messed up backfish. They're nice largemouth. Lost my worm, but they come in a 20-pack, luckily. He was following it, and just let it fall right in front of his face and watched it disappear. I didn't see him eat it, just see my bait disappear. So I threw that bright color. Might be a largemouth thing. I mean, that fish is 2 pounds. Last one but skinnier. About the exact same weight. Nice one. Can't believe how much current comes through here. Go Oh, I love catching them on a jerk bait right next to that pole. If I can get them off the pole. Slammed it. Just bought this yesterday at Bass Pro. Little Junior. Still casts great. 3/8 of an ounce, and it's that small. I really got it for Lake James and here in the fall when they start feeding on the small shad. I mean, I can still cast this thing on a bait caster easily. 3/8 of an ounce. He's not big or anything, but man, they slam that jerk bait. There's a lot of current come through here beside this island. I might actually find a school of them. Oh my, this fish has probably had this forever. I'm over here trying to find some hot hands in my pocket. It's tiny. Luckily he's so small I couldn't really eat it. I don't know how he didn't swallow the hook. He's a tiny guy. We got off the main lake, probably find the bigger largemouth. But kind of hoping the rain stops. It's barely drizzling now though, but radar looks like it's going to have a little bit of rain. Not heavy rain though. It's Lake Norman. 40 degrees outside and there's still jet skis. I just had a fish. I still got it. Yep. That's the spot. Let's say, where did all these largemouths come from? These guys will spawn right on the main lake. Biggest spot I've caught so far today. The 3 biggest fish I've caught have been on the methiolate trickworm. He has it. Look at them with red eyes. That'll help the 5 fish limit. That's only the 3rd keeper I've caught, and they've all been on that. I think I'd stick with it. A2 didn't get it. It's a solid one, solid spot. There's one. These are spots over here. Good spot. I mean, this worm is out fishing everything, guys. I've been missing out by not throwing this. I mean, I used to throw a floating worm all the time at ponds, but I mean, it's out fishing everything. Another 1 3/4 pounder. Not quite 2, but guys, they're chewing this thing up today, but they're not. They're hitting it on the fall. They're not really hitting it, but a couple of twitches and just let it sink. That seems to be getting the reaction. I mean, you got a finesse fish down here, but there's some big fit. There's some big spots, and look at the colors on this guy. The stripe goes all the way up to his nose. Really cool looking fish. I'm sure he's on a bed. They'll bed a little deeper than largemouth, but they're also bed real shallow. The water's dropping. I mean, that guy was in like 3 foot of water. Water this clear, they'll bed real deep. It's hard to catch those guys without being able to see them. 66-degree water. It's up here working. There he is. It's one that bit the one trick one. Got him that time. Kept a nailed the trick worm and threw the wacky rig back at him and got him. Finally won one of the wacky rig more than the trick worm. These spots fight so hard on the spinning rod. That fish is not big at all, but they just dig and dig. He might be 1.7. Right where you want to hook them. I'm telling you guys, that Nico hook makes a big difference. I've tried a lot of different hooks. 1/0's perfect size for me. If it wouldn't have been raining, I would have already left here. I mean, this is a little side pocket on the main lake. I was about to run back in the creek. I didn't want to make a run in the rain though. 1.1 pound limit. There's one. Was one. Oh. It's at the bottom actually. Got him that time. Seem to be on these near these ramps with the hard bottom. Yeah, he's not gonna help the 5 fish limit. They're fun. Might be it for that worm. It's only my second one, but they're not too durable, but they don't cost a lot anyways. There's one. Oh, good one. Nice. Oh, and he come off. Man. Going too fast. Yep, that was about a 2 1/4 pound largemouth. Well, that's a good start. Because I fished fished 2 pockets actually. And the water temperature is like 58, and I was just thinking they weren't shallow. There's still some of them up there. That would have helped the 5 fish limit though. Saw him come out and get it. That was cool. These are fish that are just staging because he's up under that float and just under that boat getting warm. Watched him come out and eat it. This water is cleaner than what I was fishing earlier. Well, I'm not the first person that's caught him. Oh, he's been caught before. He's about to be on the bed. Maybe he was on the bed and he's off of it now because water's not even in the 60s now. Holy crap, look at the size of that bed right there. Oh, there he is. Went and got it. Sight fish that one, big one. I mean, a nice one. Actually, keep this one hooked would be nice. That's how it's supposed to be right there. No! God! That was a 4-pounder. God! Idiot! Glad that wasn't a tournament, guys. I'm an idiot. Oh, I knew I was going to lose them. I keep losing these fish when they jump. Daggone. Well, guys, just lost that giant. I'm telling you, that fish was at least 3.5. I mean, they always seem bigger when you're letting them in, but it keeps seeming I'm losing a good bit of fish on that small, that 1/0 hook might be why I'm losing them, but that fish was definitely on a bed. I seen a big bed. Well, most of these beds I'm seeing are empty, and threw her up on there and she cruised right up on it. Since it hit the bottom, she picked it up. But should have had the net out. I could have caught that fish, but hopefully I catch one bigger. Got 2 hours till dark. Let's see how it goes. Fish. Oh my gosh, guys. I was sitting there thinking there's no way I'm going to catch one off this hump, but oh, he's a decent one too. That's why you don't give up. First fish on the Fritz side. First one I ever had. Bought this a little late, but well, I didn't leave yet. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's getting dark. Finally, I don't think I've caught one since I lost that big one. That's a fish. That's a fish. I mean, he was pulling it. Tell if he's how big he is. I think he's very big. Oh, he sounds big though. Biggest spot of the day, probably. Trying to get off. Ooh. We'll take that one. I'm on a 7-inch robo worm. He took it. There might be a bunch of fish up on these rocks in this high spot. That's a 2¼ pound. 227. Fish is probably about to spawn or was spawning. Good fish. It's fun. What was that? Fishing line? He bit it twice. At the boat ramp, guys. Largemouth. I'm telling you, there's a lot of largemouth down here. It's very surprising to me. Well, guys, that's the day. Getting out, it's like 8:30. I didn't get here till 12. I feel like I kind of ran out of time. I'm starting to figure out the pockets. If you could find the fish, that's where they were at. I mean, if you got a bite, you're going to get a bite on the next 3 or 4 docks. Need to find some warmer water. That one pocket was like 59, so I had some beds, but I tried a few other pockets that were around 58, 59, and colder. They didn't have any fish. Lost that giant. I mean, that fish, I'm telling you, that fish was 4 pounds. If I'd got that fish in, it really made my day. So I had a pretty decent day. Fishing way better down south than I am up north. I might just have to come down here and finesse fish. I haven't caught a fish that win anything in the big bass. They're biting down here, but I mean, 2 pound males are not going to get you anything. I mean, like a 3½ pound and plus is what's going to get you a check in a big bass. That floating worm's old school, and apparently it works because I've never thrown that methylate color or whatever, however you say that. That's the first time I threw it, and they were really biting that thing. I could cover water a little bit more than I can with the wacky rig too, so I might have to start throwing out a lot more, especially with the spawn coming around. I mean, these fish down here spawn early. It's still a while until they start spawning at all other lakes. I'm going to hit Lake Norman a lot the next week or so. Then I'm going to start, after the big bass, I'm going to fish other lakes. I'm probably going to hit Mountain Island, Kerscott, High Rock, maybe Baden, hopefully Lake James too. I mean, I'm going to hit a bunch of different lakes. I know some of you guys are getting tired of Lake Norman. I'll be back out here a lot next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on NC Bassin'.